Pre-ride checks, fuel on, fuel in the fuel filter, nothing's leaking, so it's not, float bowl's not stuck, NOS is off, start button is on over there, water in the radiator, and I'll be interested in water in the radiator. I'll be interested to see how that warms up. I have that temperature gauge on there. I have a temperature gauge on there. If those two read the same, then I will probably just put a regular cap on them. So that's all ready. So in neutral, and I'll see how it runs. So I nearly forgot, is check the oil. Now that's unscrewed, just sitting on there, and nothing. No oil on the dipstick. Nothing. So good thing I checked. I always thought there was oil in there. I'll just have to put some oil in there, and not synthetic, just some regular oil for running, and then we're good. Okay, this time I think we're all ready to go. So on, choke on, fuel on. Yep, no button here. You ready? Good start. I'll figure it out. Seems to be a bit smoky, but I expected that. There's a lot of smoke. I put a lot of oil in the motor when I first started it, just to make sure it'd be okay. Water temperature is going up. Water temperature not going up, so obviously it's warming up in there. Gauges, yeah, looks roughly what I'd expect. Not about that wiggly business going on there, but riding along. There's time for a ride. I don't know about those revs. That's not too bad revving. I'll just give it a flick. And that just flicking the throttle there is not showing any signs of being lean or anything like that. All I did set with that carburetor was middle needle, fair enough. 1.5 turns out on the air mixture, fair enough, that's about normal. And the jet that the carburetor come with. Just on off idle there on a tight, fresh motor, just revving quickly like that, that's not bad. It's a good starting point. Now it comes down is the next great thing. I don't want to idle it too much when the motor's new, but before I bring it down, I'll just turn it on and just show you how easy it is to start. Like that's 76 degrees, a bit of warmth in that water. I'm happy with that. That's quick revving for a brand new motor. Smoking gun. Just a couple of things to note, like that's 70 and 69 degrees, and this is, what is that, 45 degrees. I touch this and that's quite warm, you know, equal to that temperature. That one there is the gauge sensor, that one down there is the thermostat, is the pump sensor. That one should get hot before the temperature sensor, so if that's saying it's 70, that's probably reading better. But temperature wise, yes, hot to the finger. Ooh, hot to the finger. Hot-ish to the finger. That's warm. And this one down the bottom is cold. Yet that's got some colour in it, so something from the expansion tank or something's got in the bottom there, because that was filled with just plain water for the nitrous atomizer to make that more of an event. So looking like the temperature is coming up that, which is what it's supposed to do, and then it's getting to here, and that's cool. There's no real temperature in that, so it looks like I'm getting thermal flow, natural thermal flow in that coolant system, so I'm going to be reasonably comfortable with that to do its own thing and go about it, and then that just kicks in at 85. So I think without a pump in the system, motor should start up pretty quickly like a thermostat normally would. This has no thermostat, but because the pump won't turn on to 85, it'll act like a thermostat. The heat will have to slowly rise. Once that realises it's 85 degrees, that kicks in, circulates a bit, which should cool the motor down really quickly, and that'll turn itself off again. And that'll keep reading and telling me exactly what's going on. So the temperature's dropping. So I think that system's going to work. I'm reasonably comfortable with that. The carburetor, I do like that. That's my little flux capacitor, by the way. The carburetor seems to be very nicely behaved. It's revving quickly. It's not showing a flat spot. I would have expected, you know, bang, quick throttles, not at all. So that means the needle's about right. It means that the jetting's about right. This can all change as the motor runs in and I've got to chase it, and riding it can be a different thing. But at this stage, those things are saying they're relatively good, a good position. All that smoke that was coming out there, because I remember I said I put oil in the motor to kick it over. I didn't want to run it dry, so there was a lot of oil in there. So that's just got to burn out. I think that this has got the potential to be a good little motor. The sound, the noise is relatively quiet. I don't think I'll change it. I'm just not into that much noise at the moment. So at this stage, it's looking ready for a run. Okay, I'm ready to take it for a run. I've got my Crocs on. So safety first. Power. Fuel. I got myself a Postie. Well, I've got the thermo fan working. That's saying 75. That's saying 70. And listen, that's the thermostat going. It's got a little bit of a buzz to it, not much. That's now warm. Warms a whole lot. Yeah, it's hot. So it's buzzing away. So I guess once I get to 75 up there, thereabouts, it evens everything out and starts cooling itself down. Do I need a thermofan on there? I don't know. Well, I'm going to get the bike registered now. There's a couple of things I know that aren't right. The foot lever brake there can be shortened by a fair bit, and the side stand, as I thought, it's way too short. I've got a block of wood under it now, so. But I'll fix those when the blower goes on, but I've got to jack it back up and work on it. For that, I'll do those later. But before that, there's one important thing I need to know. Which milk crate? I have, of course, the good old favourite classic grey. Nothing wrong with the classic grey. Good choice, good solid choice. Then we have blue. I went to a lot of trouble to find that. That's not bad. I got a bit of blue on the bike, so I could go the blue. And then there's a matching orange. Possible. Let me know what you think.